Alrighty then. Hello and welcome. Finally back after a good old 6.5 week hiatus there. And yeah, I got quite a bit to talk about. And first off, you may be wondering why I'm back on Tales of Berseria when I've already completed the game. The reason for that is when we were towards the end of the game, right? Did the EX dungeon and all that. Beat the game, did the EX dungeon. One of the things I noticed was you can watch the skits you missed for 500 cat souls, and I did say I would grind out some cat souls and go watch those. And Tuesday this week, I went and finally sat down, farmed the cat souls, and I'm ready to watch these bad boys before we get into back into Soccer Wars. Now, you also may be wondering why Magilu is in a bath towel. That's because when I was farming for cat souls, I was thinking about streaming it, but I'm like, I don't know, this is kind of boring. I'm just kind of doing the same shit over and over again, just, farming the bonus dungeon for, cat souls over and over again. I was wearing the normal clothes for everybody for a while, but then I was like, I could stream this and talk about, I got quite a bit I could talk about while doing this, but I'm like, you know what, instead of doing that, I'm gonna just chill here on my own, slapped on some lo-fi, put Azure Lane up on my phone, grinded some shit out of that, and I'm like, I'm just gonna sit here, listen to lo-fi music, do some shit in Azure Lane, and I'm gonna fucking, I ain't streaming this, so I might as well throw on some fun costumes for everybody. So, I was thinking, giving everybody the swimsuits or the the bath towels, and I was like, well, I ain't streaming this, so how about no? So here's the good fun costumes I was rolling with while farming. Right.
Don't blame me if this goes sour.
I was like, you know what? I'm not streaming. I'll just throw on whatever costumes I wanted. And I was, I did know that I was going to be on here streaming this to watch the rest of the skits. So I was like, I could have thrown regular costumes back on, but I'm like, yeah, nah, fuck them. I'm going to leave them how I have them. And I could just show off what fun costumes I was rocking. So, if we talk to this dude, we can watch the skits I missed. I watched a few of them last time because I did have some cat souls, but I needed they're 500 each, and I had 15 of these I haven't watched yet, so that's 7,500 cat souls I gotta grind up. Also, I'm aware they're called cat spirits. I honestly don't even remember why I started calling them cat souls in the first place. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. There's a few main ones left to watch. Yeah. Yeah, before I get into these, so, yeah, I ended up, it was like fucking 6.5 weeks since I last streamed or whatever. Reason for that is the beginning of September. I had contracted COVID. Got real unlucky. I did have, did get the vaccines and all that, so, I wasn't as bad as it could have been, I guess. But the day I ended up getting sick, I had gotten a flu shot as well, and well, the day I started getting sick, earlier that day I got a flu shot, and I started getting flu symptoms from like a side effect from the flu shot is what I'm thinking, and then got like COVID on top of that, and I'm like, so I was feeling like complete shit with like fucking headache, sore throat, fucking fever, chills, body aches, fucking cough, just feeling like complete shit. And yeah, that's why I missed that first week and also the second week, because I was mostly feeling better by the second week, like flu symptoms are gone, but I still had a cough. Well, I definitely had a cough, and I still had some of a headache and sore throat to a degree. That's why I missed them first 2 weeks. The other 4 were mainly due to lacking motivation to do anything. Also, I've been dealing with plenty of dumb shit with my mom. Yeah, like she, towards the beginning of when I got sick, she was, like one of the first days I was sick, she, kind of came into my room, busted the door down or whatever, blew the door off the hinges, whatnot, came into my room, and was like, I was like over there dying in bed, feeling like absolute dog shit, and then she, came in here yelling at me to come help her out, and like, she was like, "Oh, get your ass out of bed and help me out," and all that shit, and I'm like over there like fucking sick, feeling like complete shit. What happened was she fucking, she turned her car on and then locked her car keys in her car, and I'm like, oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, that eventually got resolved, and then, a few days later that week, still feeling, it was like probably towards the end of that week, or maybe beginning of the week after, but she ended up getting her car repoed because she didn't pay her car bill for like 4 months or some shit. And then she's over there flipping out, wondering how her car could legally be repoed and all that, and she's like, "Oh, this is bullshit." Fighting with the dude and all that, arguing with him and threatening to call the police on him and all that. She even did call the police, and like the fucking police dispatch lady was like, I had to explain to my mom, it's like, yeah, he can legally do that, that's kind of his job. But she was arguing with him and all that. Didn't want to give him the car keys, and so he was, kind of just hooked up the car and was gonna just drive off with it without it being in neutral. I managed to convince her to hand me the car keys, though, so I could give them to the dude. I didn't have a problem with him. I mean, he was just doing his job. And of course, my mom has a guardianship, and she was blaming her guardian, which he had only had for like, few weeks or a month by that point or whatever. Was blaming him for not paying the car bill and all that. I'm like, but you haven't paid the car bill for like your car payment for like 4 months, half a year or whatever, and you're gonna blame him. It's only been a month. So yeah, I had that to deal with. Yeah, no, he had some great sage wisdom from her friends where they were saying to her like, oh yeah, if I was there, I would have shot him. So, her great, kind, benevolent friends who make the right call there. Dude's trying to do his job, so he's like, oh, maybe you should just fucking cap his ass. Put him 6 feet under, and I'm like, that's fucked up. Yeah, I got quite a few of these to watch. But yeah, I had that to deal with. And then also fucking like end of last month, my mom put in a petition to the court to have her guardian changed because she's just so cooperative and kind to the current one and all that. Filed some shit to have her guardian changed, and she wanted me to be her guardian. I'm like, nope, fuck that. Thought I made it pretty clear I didn't want to do it. I mean, I had, I talked about it on past streams where I, for a bit of time, was managing her money. Or like, trying to help her out by managing her money and all. Yeah, when I was doing that, all she did was, fucking tell me how much of an inexperienced fool I was, and how I didn't know shit, and should just give her the money when she wants me to. And so yeah, all she did when I was trying to manage her money was harass me every day, till I eventually just gave up and all, like, what, fucking take the money, I don't care. And then when she ran out of money, which she eventually did, run out of that money she got from selling her house. When she eventually did run out of that money, she blamed me. She's like, how can I have no money left? You're supposed to be managing it. I'm like, I gave you money like every time you came to me asking for money. That's why there's no money left. So yeah, don't want to do that again. And so yeah, I had to either have to go to the court date and tell them I don't want to do it, or what I ended up doing. I mean, I don't know if I still have to go to the hearing or not at all, but what I ended up doing, I went to the court and just gave them a memorandum saying I didn't want to do it. 'Cause apparently, like, I had to do that because apparently they can just make you the guardian even if you don't want to, like, even if they don't get your consent that you want to do it. If you like don't show up. So it's like I feel like I made it pretty clear I didn't want to do it. But if I, they didn't know that, I guess. Obviously my mom didn't tell them that. And because she's the one that wants me to be her guardian, and so if I didn't show up don't show up at the court date or whatever, and didn't tell them I didn't want to do it, they could just make me guardian anyways, which is fucked up and stupid, but is what it is. But that's resolved to a degree, I suppose. I also tried out a new local Mexican restaurant. Place is fucking delicious. Don't remember the name of it. Also, it's a local restaurant, it ain't a chain or anything, so yeah. I generally feel like local restaurants are generally better than chain restaurants anyways, but yeah, then I last week went and sat down. I finally watched Cyberpunk Edgerunners. I was planning on, I wanted to watch that, ever since it, came out, what was it, like beginning of this month, or sometime last month or whatever, whenever it came out. Watched that beginning of last week, and goddamn, that was fucking incredible. shit, you know, smash me upside the head with a fucking, a brick right in the feels there. How that, series progresses and how that shit hits you. But goddamn, the visuals are incredible. The action was incredible. The, all the music, and it was fucking phenomenal. Yeah. Yeah, and even though you don't spend like, you know, it's only 10 episodes long, and you know, pretty fast paced, but even still, I feel like you get to really get to know the crew and care for them a lot, which makes it even more painful. Oh boy. It was kind of like, you know, I got to a point where I was almost like I was tearing up a little bit toward at the end there, and then I actually like fucking ended up watching that, and then for the rest of the night after I watched that, I just fucking slapped on some cyberpunk music while I was fucking lying in bed staring at the ceiling pretty much. And then the next day didn't end up really doing much. I fucking just lying in bed, put on ended up putting on like, I Really Want to Stay at Your House, play that on fucking repeat, and then I like just scrolling through my phone on YouTube for some looking at shit, and I was like looking at like cyberpunk related stuff, and like ended up actually bringing me to tears when I had that playing, lying in bed, and I found one of them videos where it was about like, you know, if Cyberpunk Edge Runners had a good ending or whatever, and it was, you know, just some like art of like, you know, a potential good ending of Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and I'm like, that shit actually brought me to tears. I was like, damn, that shit's fucking, that's some heavy shit right there. And yeah, so my plan, right, one of the things I wanted to do was finish Sakura Wars before the new Star Ocean comes out, because I want to play the new Star Ocean when that comes out. I think that comes out like next week or something. I don't know if that's going to be possible now, because I didn't expect to miss 6.5 weeks. Maybe it will be, I don't know, but I feel like that's not gonna happen. And Super Robot Wars 30, I'm, you know, obviously don't expect to finish that anywhere before. Didn't even, like, you know, consider having that, you know, be finished before Star Ocean comes out. So yeah, no illusions on that, but I was hoping to finish Sakura Wars before it came out, but I feel like that's unlikely now. And yeah, because I do want to play that when that comes out. I don't know if it'll be a problem that I didn't play any of the other games yet, because I know that unlike the Tales of games, when I started Tales of Arise last year, which, yeah, by the way, like, yeah, last month was the 1 year anniversary of Tales of Arise. Fortunately, I missed that. I was either dying in bed due to COVID, or sitting on my ass doing nothing. But yeah. Yeah, with Tales of Arise, you know, started that up, and that was the first, Tales of game I played through, right? But, with the Tales of games, in most cases, they're not direct sequels, where, they're all generally set in different worlds with different characters. There are some cases of direct sequels, but out of the ones I played, there wasn't any, direct sequels or anything. I know there is a direct sequel to Symphonia, but, well, I guess actually, in the cases of Asteria and Berseria, actually, Berseria was a prequel, so that was set in this same world, and then same timeline and all that. But with Star Ocean, I know those games are, I don't think they're generally not set in, like, well, they're all in the same, like, universe or galaxy or whatever. Like, I don't know, like, I think, like, same galaxy at the very least. But those games, I know, like, the timeline-wise, they jump around all over the fucking place, where it's like, for example, I don't know what, like, exact dates or whatever of the Star Ocean games are or whatnot, but, for example, you'd have, like, maybe, like, the first game would be like, oh, this happens in the year 800 or whatever, right? And then the second game would be like, oh, this happens in the year, like, 250 years before that, in the year 550. And then the third game would come out of nowhere and it'd be like, oh, this game happens in the year 1200. And then the fourth game would be like, oh, but this one happens between the first and the second game in the year 765. And then the fifth game would come out of nowhere and it'd be like, oh, this happens between the first and the third game in the year 1100. So the timeline-wise, they fucking jump around all over the goddamn place. So I don't know if it really matters if I don't start with the first game. I'm gonna play the other games. I just don't know if it'll matter or not if I don't play them in order, I mean, I'll be playing them in order, and for the most part, it'd just be the newest one would be the one I'd start with, and then I'd go back to the oldest Star Ocean game I have, and then work my way through. I don't know if that'll matter or not. I do want to play that when that comes out. Also, there's Valkyrie Elysium coming out next month, which I want to get, but probably ain't gonna be playing that when that comes out. Don't know if I'll even have money to buy it when it comes out. Cause like there's that. So like, but got Star Ocean I want to get, right? Valkyrie Elysium. I tried out when I was on hiatus there. I did try out Arbostella, and that game was actually pretty fun. Seems like I would probably like to do that at some point. That's coming out next month. You got fucking... I probably wouldn't play it on stream, but Victoria 3 is coming out real soon. I do like my my Paradox grand strategy games there, my map painting simulators. And yeah, I got the next Call of Duty coming out, Modern Warfare 2-2. And I don't know, I didn't buy Cold War or what was it, fucking Vanguard. Like the first Modern Warfare reboot was the most recent one I got. One from what was that, 2019 or whatever. I think that dropped. And I don't know. Man, I definitely don't play multiplayer on those games like anymore. Like fucking Black Ops 2, I think was like the last one I regularly played multiplayer on. Did play some multiplayer on Ghosts. And like, I mean, I generally try it out, but I haven't played it. Don't play it like regularly. Black Ops 2 was the last one I regularly played multiplayer. And I always preferred the Infinity Ward games anyways. But I have, been playing them games since the PS2 days. with Call of Duty Finest Hour, and I'm kind of always enjoyed running through the campaigns on those. So I do kind of want to pick up MW2, run through the campaign on that. We got all these games coming out, and I got like money for like one of them. Yeah, and then also, yeah, had last year in November, did a birthday stream, right? Did a special birthday stream last year, and birthday's coming up again toward the middle to end of November, and so plan on doing a birthday stream again this year. And last year I did a Ratchet Deadlock. I was thinking what game I wanted to do this year, and I was considering a few games. I was thinking like, I kind of could feel like playing an Ace Combat game. Kind of thinking maybe like I could do like maybe like a Gears of War or something. Play through one of those. I was actually pretty strongly considering playing through a Halo game. I was kind of really feeling like Halo 3 ODST specifically for some reason. I was kind of thinking about playing that, but it came to my attention that I guess this year is the 20th anniversary of Ratchet and Clank. And I've been started with Ratchet and Clanks with the first game, and so those games kind of mean a lot to me. I've been playing them ever since the first game on PS2, and so I'm thinking there's a good chance I'll probably hit up the first Ratchet and Clank for my birthday stream this year. I don't know if I'm gonna do it all in one sitting like I did with Ratchet Deadlock last year, because I feel like the first game kind of is longer, takes more time to get through. Also, it's more difficult. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about. I'm gonna probably hit up for a birthday stream this year. And then the other things that happened while I was away. The Queen of England, and the United Kingdom as a whole, and the Commonwealth countries and whatnot passed away. Queen Elizabeth. I do know she was very beloved by the people in the United Kingdom and Commonwealth countries and all that, and just generally around the world. Then I know like last month I think was when that massive Ukrainian counteroffensive happened, which was pretty huge. Kind of went in and stomped the shit out of Russian forces, retook a lot of ground. I think that was pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. Took quite a bit of time actually. Even though I was already like half an hour into the stream, I've just been sitting here doing nothing but talking. Apologize for that if it was a bit boring for you, but I kind of wanted to get that out of the way. Also, I don't know if you're chilling in the stream or not right now, but Lamadowski, thank you for the follow on Twitch and the sub on YouTube. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. And I guess I'm just about ready to get into these. I do have one more thing to actually say, I guess, real quick. Before I hop into these, I did, while I was mostly sitting on my ass for the past 6.5 weeks doing nothing, I did, upload, all of Panzer Knights to, to the YouTube channel, and, uploaded all those, published those and all that. So those are all of the, Panzer Knights playthroughs up on there, as well as, Project Wingman. All of that's up on the YouTube channel. And I uploaded a few of the Tales of Berseria streams. I have not yet gone in and gave them snappy names, and went into the game, got some screenshots for thumbnails yet though, so I've uploaded a few of the streams, but not too many, only about like 3 of them, but I haven't published any of those yet, because I gotta think up some names, get some thumbnails. But all of Panzer Knights and all of Project Wingman are up. And with that, I think I'm finally ready. After sitting here for half an hour talking, I'm finally ready to get into these skits that I missed. So I'm gonna let's start with the main one.
I wonder if those prickle boars were brothers. Maybe I should have let them go. But then, how would I pay for Laufey's medicine? Hunting took care of that. And it means food for us as well. I had no other choice. It was a rational decision. But the fact that I'm still worrying about it shows that my feelings are getting the better of me.
Okay, so that's a skit I missed right at the beginning of the fucking game. That was super early. Well, I mean, it should be pretty obvious when it's, number 3, but it was pre-time skip there. That was prologue type shit there. Alright, this is probably like the middle of the game here.
You really go all out, don't you?
What do you mean?
Look, you're using Dial, threatening the guild, abandoning Magilu. You see?
I'm not abandoning her. She can take care of herself.
Nothing stops you, does it?
There's a lot I don't understand about Magilu, but I know she won't be killed so easily. Besides, I'm sure she's already told the Abbey everything she knows about us.
You're probably right.
That means we need an ace up our sleeve. Like a demon they believe to be dead.
I didn't watch that one. Why did that one seem like it was familiar?
That reminds me.
Weird.
Where do you think that boy who took the compass ran off to?
Must have
Hell of
talked
these,
about
I'd
that.
imagine, since Malakim
like
are
a
always
cutscene
tethered
or
to
something.
exorcists.
That means we might run into him during our attack.
Are you getting squeamish about killing the boy because you feel indebted to him for healing you?
No. If he gets in the way, I'll take him down.
But?
I have to remember to thank him first.
Right.
Does that bother you at all?
No, not really. I just know that Malakim don't taste very good.
Malakim don't suit your palate? I'll call that a positive.
Yeah. I like Rokuro over there. Velvet's like, he's like, you gonna be able to kill him if you need to? And I'm like, yeah, I just, gotta thank him before I do it. I'll thank him for healing me, and then cut him in half. Of course. Of course. Of course.
By By the way, those folks we just passed were talking about us.
What were they saying?
They were warning each other to be careful, talking about the demons that burned down Helives and destroyed the Seagate Fortress being near the capital.
Neat.
Considering how bold we've been, everyone's still fairly calm about it.
We'll be famous soon enough once we kill the world's savior.
Sounds like that could get fun.
Fun? Why?
The people trying to capture us will put prices on our heads and put up wanted posters everywhere. Depending on who draws the likenesses, each portrait can look completely different. You know what I'm talking about, right, Eisen?
Aye. I've seen dozens of pictures of myself. Some make me a monster, others make me a handsome youth. It's fascinating, really.
I hope I get a poster soon.
Then do your best to really stir things up.
Right. I'll stir everything up good.
Damn. That would have been good if we got like One Piece style wanted posters and mounted. That would have been sick. Also, something else I want to say real quick. I want to apologize for the nightmarish music in the background that I put you through while I was talking. You know, the general music of being in the cat's corner here. It was truly a nightmarish hellscape.
From what we heard in Iseult, demons are attacking villages, and more people are growing upset with the Abbey. So I hadn't expected things in Haria Village to be so laid back.
They might be on their best behavior because you're accompanied by an exorcist.
What?
I didn't know you could see the world in more than just black and white.
The Abbey wouldn't entrust my responsibilities to someone who couldn't see beyond the surface. I have seen many things in my work. I've beheld both the light and the darkness in the world of men.
Cool.
Despite that, no, because of that, I won't turn away from the wrongs that I encounter. Moreover, I have faith. I believe there is good in all our souls.
The darkness, huh?
Yes, like you.
You're awfully direct.
The darkness. These are all the main ones. I don't know if the other ones are going to be too bad, but I feel like the main ones are definitely suffer a lot since I didn't watch them when they were relevant at that point in the game. These ones, I feel like the sub ones aren't going to be too bad. I don't know about the etc. ones. I don't know, maybe. Here we got.
Alright, one last good sharpening and I'll call this blade done. Do your blades need sharpening too? I'd be happy to take care of it for you if you want.
No thanks. I was taught never to leave my lifeline in the hands of another.
Sure. Sounds like you found a good teacher. I don't care if it's me who does it, as long as you're keeping them well maintained. Just in case you don't already know, after you sharpen your blades, you should rub them with clove oil and wipe them down with wool.
Yeah, I know. I was taught that too. I am a man who killed my brother.
Okay. I'm surprised that, honestly, she was just, you know, talking about regular blade maintenance there and not. I'm surprised Velvet didn't, you know, go super fucking edgelord and be like, oh, I only sharpen my blades on the on the bodies of my enemies or some shit. Some just fucking real edgy and intense. But no, she was like, yeah, no, I maintain it
Your
normally.
palmiers are every bit as delicious as the ones you can buy from a baker.
It takes a lot of time and work to get that good. They say it takes 3 years to master caramel custard, but 8 for palmier.
I never figured you for someone who would be so passionate about baked sweets.
What? So just because I'm a pirate, I can't bake?
Damn.
No, I didn't mean it like that. It's just that these are so good, and you made them with such perfect attention to detail.
Eisen, you
My
should open a
sister
bakery.
likes palmiers.
Ah, and she...
Sounds like there's a story, if you don't mind us asking.
You're right, there is. Back when she and I were living together, we went out to a human town where we discovered palmiers for the first time. My sister had never tasted sweets made by humans before, and she fell in love with palmiers at the first bite. After that, whenever I went into town, I made sure to pick some up for her.
You pick them up for her?
You mean you two didn't keep going there together?
Being among humans puts Malakim in contact with malevolence. With my sister being prone to illness and injury, I wouldn't take her along to such places. When she'd be acting up or not sleeping or something, I'd promise to get her palmiers, and she'd calm right down.
That sounds like how me and my brother used to be.
After a while, I just figured that if she likes them that much, I might as well learn how to make them myself.
Plus, that way you wouldn't expose yourself to as much malevolence.
And you become a
After I made
master
them
baker in the
enough times,
process.
I got the hang of it. They started turning out really well. But one time when I was baking them, the oven suddenly spewed fire out and badly burned my sister. It
Damn.
was all my fault, and stupid, clueless me didn't even know why at the time. Crazy thing is, after I did what I could for her burns and put her to bed, she told me she wanted to eat the palmiers I'd made. They were burned to a crisp, but she ate those pastries like nothing was wrong. Then she smiled and told me to keep on making them.
Damn.
That's just like a younger sibling. He just wanted to do something for his sister, only to be confronted by how bad his curse is.
That'd be really hard to deal with.
She must realize by now what's going on with Eisen, right?
Maybe she thought that he'd leave if she ever let on that she knew.
And he left because he thought he could spare her from learning the truth.
Damn. It's too bad we don't actually really get to see much of, like, interactions with Eisen and Edna. Damn, dude. Also, I love the ones like that about baking. All the cooking ones are fun.
Hello, white turtles. How's business?
Oh boy, the turtles.
Not great. Not great at all. Thanks to certain somebodies, my balances have all gone haywires.
Good.
Serves me right for counting my turtles before they hatched.
That sounds awful, I guess.
So fucking
Don't
angry.
feel bad. Not like it's got anything to do with us.
Certainly not. That's why today's your lucky day. Cause I'm throwing another big sales.
Come on, guys, you're being too mean to him. He's done so much to help us throughout our journey, hasn't he?
Yeah, I guess.
Listen, Mr. Turtles. If something's ever got you down, you can tell us. I don't know how much help we can be, but I bet even just talking about it will make you feel better.
Good guy, Laffy.
I can't tell you how nice it feels to hear such kind words at a time like this.
Sure, fine. But what about the sale?
Right! Everything's on sale at market prices once again.
Great, thanks. Fee, give the nice turtles the smile he wants so much.
Thanks for everything, Mr. Turtles.
No, thank yous.
Damn. Also, I gotta say, it is so much more bearable sitting here in my room with the door closed and all that, with both the PC and the PS4 running, you know, due to the fact that, you know, it's now fall. So much more bearable. Because back during, like, what, like spring and fucking summer, shit gets hot as fucking here when both the PC and the PS4 are running. But seeing as it's only 36 degrees out, it's, you know, a lot more bearable now. So these ones, the other ones I just missed, these ones I didn't get because I actually did the quest for this as soon as I was able to. Like, this one's for the kid who's about to, like, die to the fucking 12-year sickness. So I'm curious what these ones are gonna be about, where they're like, oh damn, he's almost dead, we're running out of time, oh shit. There's just one where we just fail the quest and he's
Laffy
dead.
said you don't have to feel so bad. It's okay.
Thanks, Eleanor. But Vidal's right. I hadn't even considered
I'm curious what's gonna
his
be the
point of
difference in
view.
these.
But you were just trying to be nice.
Well, even if he doesn't want me to interfere with him, I still want to make that Omega Elixir.
Oh, so far this is
He's a
exactly the
friend,
same.
and he's in pain. I want to help him.
Yeah, you're right. I'll help you out too. Keep basking in them sunshine and rainbows, kids. But as far as anyone knows, there's not one case in all of recorded history of anyone who has it surviving.
The 12-year sickness. We saw this in the Earthen Historia.
Yeah, my little brother had it too. He knew it. That's why he asked Artorius to.
What else could he do? He had no hope against that disease.
Oh.
That's probably true. But that doesn't exactly help dull my sorrow. The opposite, actually. If I forgot that feeling, well, my brother deserves far better than that.
You're strong, Velvet. You know that?
Alright, I think I see what the difference in these are. I think she mentions that her brother had it, but she didn't mention, like, the stuff about Artorius. Because, you know, like, Laffy said number 1, you know, goes and asks Artorius to, you know, make him a, you know, Malachim or whatever, or, you know, use him as the sacrifice to awaken, you know, Ominat and all that, and, you know, he eventually becomes an Ominat, all that shit. But I don't think, when I did it earlier, I don't think we knew about that yet, which is why I think that's the difference between these. Like, she actually is aware that Laphicet asked Artorius to throw him into the bottomless pit to feed, you know, Minot.
There's a cloud sheep egg, another ingredient for the Omega Elixir.
All right, let's hurry and get this back to Vidal.
I'm not sure I've ever seen Laphicet so animated.
He's just not one to give up easily. I honestly couldn't tell you where he gets it from.
Really? I think you and Laphicet are actually rather similar.
You can't be serious.
Well, I'm completely serious. And to a dumb old demon like me, it doesn't seem like a bad thing. That was a good session, if I do say so myself. Tomorrow's drill will be even faster.
I thought he was being a crazy demon again, but come to think of it, this is just him being him.
I see. I guess that one must be one of the, an inn I missed. I feel like a few of these have to be from inns that I missed, because I didn't really, early on I didn't stay at the inns all that much. I mean, I didn't really stay at them all that much in general, but later in the game I feel like I at least went to inns if there was a skit there and, you know, stayed at the inn.
Alright, looks like we found every last geotree.
Yeah, now you can go anywhere on your geoboard. But all that work has me worn out so much that my body's back to its old flabby self.
Good.
We've asked a lot of you, Bienfu, but we couldn't have gotten this far without you.
Did I hear right? I must be even more exhausted than I thought. I could have sworn I just heard Velvet actually thank me for something.
Yeah, you must be
Your
insane.
ears aren't playing tricks on you, Bienfu.
We're all very proud of you. Thanks so much for stepping up and helping us.
Damn.
You really come through when the cards are down.
Yeah, thanks for everything, Bienfu.
I've always just felt like I was a scared little Norman.
Damn.
I always hated the name Brave. I didn't think I deserved it at all. So hearing all you scary people accept me as who I am, it means a lot.
You should be proud, Bienfu. Do you see any other Norman traveling with the Lord of Calamity? I think not.
You know, you're right. No other Norman would be so courageous. Just me, Norman Brave.
Now you're talking. That's my sidekick. Although, the fact that you're siding with the Lord of Calamity does make you public enemy number... well, not number 1, but certainly in the top 10. Hope you're ready to deal with the consequences of your poor life choices!
She's not wrong.
Damn.
You're all terrible!
Yeah. Ah, here we go. These ones are really good, I feel. Just watching the Boggy Lou and Eisen one. I also like, there's not a Velvet one, but I guess she's like kind of already a master chef.
So, how does it taste? I hope it's good.
It's a nice, consistent flavor. You've come a long way, Laphicet.
Whew, that's a relief. Thanks.
Everything from the prep work to the measurements follows the recipe to perfection. It's very you. I bet you'd be great at making pastries.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying to make some.
So long as you're all right with some simple things, I'd be happy to teach you.
That would be great. I also want to try making my own ingredients from scratch.
You don't have to go that far. You can just buy them from shops.
Yeah, but still.
Oh boy, I know how this story goes. First, it starts simple enough. You want to mix up something like curry powder. Then you'll be kneading noodles, growing sourdough starters, churning butter, and before you know it, you'll wind up fermenting miso and distilling spirits. Then
What are we
comes the
talking
next
about?
phase. You'll grow your own rice and beans and raise your own animals. It's a road I've been down myself.
I mean, this sounds pretty nice though, to be honest.
Yeah, out on this remote island. I even built a private salt pond where I can cultivate natural salt just the way I
This all
like it.
sounds super nice.
Amazing!
So how far does this path lead?
It only ends when you've decided you've had enough.
Damn.
I won't lie to you, Laphicet. It's a hard road. But if you're really serious, I'll teach you the ropes.
I'm super serious. Please teach me everything.
If that's what you want to do, I say go for it. Eating is a vital part of life. Might as well enjoy your food on as many levels as you can.
Yeah. I love my dude Eisen. He's gotta be easily one of my favorite characters in the Tales of games, at least on the ones I've played. Honestly, I might put him at number 1 for my, favorite character out of the games I played. I really just like Eisen that much. What a guy. See what Rokuro's gonna do.
The Rangetsu style applies equally well to the kitchen. Look at how perfectly chopped everything is.
Yeah, and it's got a nice clean taste too, but with literally everything chopped to super tiny pieces, it all just ends up one texture.
Damn.
That's not true. Look at how I do vegetables. For stir fry, I cut them super tiny, but for juices, I go extra super tiny.
Of course.
Wait, you chop things into juice?
Oh.
When you make sashimi, you slice the fish so thin it's nearly transparent. The pieces fall apart when I try to pick them up.
That's not even the best part. I can turn a fish into sashimi so quickly its bones keep on swimming away.
I think the fish might be a bit too fresh in that case.
And your angel hair pasta is thinner than actual hair. There's no possible way to cook it al dente. Don't cut your dough so thinly. Thicker pasta gives it soul and makes it hearty.
Sorry, but that's just how I do it. Any other way and it wouldn't be Rangetsu cooking.
I see.
Why do I even bother? It's like trying to reason with a brick wall.
Well, cutting takoyaki into slices is a bit much.
You might have me there. Okay, I'm
Damn.
sorry. I got carried away and wasn't thinking. Takoyaki has to be ball-shaped or it's not any good.
Exactly!
See? We can get him to agree on some things.
You say that like it's a good thing.
Well, at least he's reasonable on that.
How does it taste?
Oh, it's great.
You say that about everything you eat.
That's not true. I have a very refined palate. Eleanor's cooking is, how do I put it? Her dishes have gotten more flexible.
What?
Come again?
It's commanding, but not so rigid, and yet still representative of who she is.
I'm still not sure I follow.
I used to cook by following every recipe as precisely as possible. but I've learned to
See.
feel out the dishes a bit more. I decide how much seasoning to use, and I make adjustments to taste. Sometimes what I make doesn't turn out right, but it's more fun this way.
Wow, you really have changed, Eleanor.
That's what I meant when I said her dishes were flexible. I was right.
Rokuro, don't talk with your mouth full. You're getting food everywhere.
Sorry. I couldn't help myself.
You did it again. Look, it's all over your face. Act your age, Rokuro.
Sorry again.
There's something else I've been meaning to mention. Do you realize you hold your chopsticks incorrectly?
Oh god.
Oh, you noticed. It's an original way I came up with myself, because I didn't want to imitate Shigure growing up.
Of course.
Pretty nifty, ain't it?
No, it's not. It's horrible manners. Corrupted manners at the table leads to a corrupted soul. Hold your
I
chopsticks
mean, he's
properly.
already a demon. I mean,
I'm
what
a
do you
demon,
expect?
so I think that ship has already sailed.
Properly.
All right, fine. I don't think my Rangetsu's sword training was ever this strict.
Maybe Eleanor hasn't changed all that much.
Damn. Oh. I mean, that should be all of them. I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a fucking, like, trophy or some shit for watching all of them. I mean, I don't really, you can do it for the trophy, you know, I don't really care all that much, but it would be nice to get the trophy just to tell me that I have watched them all. It looks like I watched all those. I'm curious what I'm missing. Here we go. Oh, let's go back to a ball. Oh, wait a minute. Alright, I'm just gonna grab one of these. Yep, alright. Well, I watched all the ones that were there. I don't really know what other ones I'm missing, I guess. The fuck else other than one would I be missing? Unless there's not a trophy for it? I don't know. I guess I'll... I suppose I'll wrap this up here for now. I think we're good. I think I'm fully finished with Tales of Berseria now. I mean, you know, did all the optional stuff I could. Watched every skit that I could. I mean, shouldn't really be anything left. I kind of don't really want to look through each town. Well, suppose that finally wraps up Tales of Berseria fully now. We watched the last remaining skits. So I'm gonna wrap up the recording for now for YouTube, and then I'll be, you know, leaving the stream up and all that, and then we'll be hopping into Sakura Wars, and I'll put that under a new recording. It just makes it easier to separate these into different playlists or games. So I guess for any YouTube viewers, bye for now. Stay safe. Hope to see y'all later.